So today I am here with my main man Phil Jennings. He, if you don't know, I mean you probably know, but he is the head of SDI TDI here in the Philippines, and actually he owns his own little dive shop in Mobile. It's called Mobile Dive Center, right?
Yeah, Mobile Dive Center. Hard to not remember that name, to be honest.
So he's one of the top tech instructors in the world over there. He could do like one-on-one, one-on-two. You just sent me some videos. You just did an ANDP, right?
Extended range.
Ah, extended range. They're just hovering out there in the blue with the 4 tanks. Anyways, he comes down here all the time. You know, we're SDI member facility, and you know, he spends all his dives just floating out in the blue with students, making sure they don't like wander off. Doesn't really know about critters, so he's down here visiting today, and I said we got to get in the water, right?
Yeah.
I mean, he's been to my new location a few times, but he's never dove right here. And I think as a like full-time tech instructor, he does not appreciate the little critters. So we got some friends here. We're gonna go out front, and I think we're gonna show him some cool stuff that he's been missing. Hey, I know it's gonna be weird. We're only taking 1 tank each. If you need any assistance, just let me know. We'll do some breathing practice. You know,
I'll try not to run out of air. That's my main concern.
If you need to practice your buoyancy, just let me know. I'm an instructor. Anyways, let's get out in the water. It's really rainy. Hopefully the visibility is not too bad, because I'm gonna bring my dive master and spotter. We're gonna show you some critters. No more of this floating around being bored, all right?
And sea turtles.
Maybe a turtle, but nobody cares about that. He lives in Mobile.
Yeah, we have a lot of turtles.
That's what I'm saying, yeah.
Let's get in the water.
Find another dive site, we can find some nice critter.
So what's the type of macro you can find here? Like what species? Like nudibranch or clownfish or?
Lots of nudies, frogs.
A lot of nudies here, shrimp.
Shrimps.
Sometimes
Lots of rare stuff.
rare one.
So if you have a guest who has a camera, what are you going to show them?
I just talk to them. Let's try to find a nice critter.
Okay.
Yeah.
We like to surprise you. He don't like to make promises.
I get the impression that yeah.
If he promises you a blue ring, and then you won't see one.
Okay. I won't ask for a refund. Don't worry.
Okay.
No refunds.
You need to put that sign in.
I actually forgot. Phil was one of the instructor trainers for Peter's instructor. Actually, mine too. My for IE. So he was our instructor trainer for our instructor course.
I'm Justin's trainer.
Yeah, I think he was my trainer and his instructor and evaluator.
I am right now.
That was a lot of sleepless.
Are you sure you want to claim him though?
It's too late. Too late.
He was asking for a refund on day 2.
I'll put that on Mark.
Yeah. Mark just scares everybody.
Yeah. Looking at you,
Phil,
man.
don't get jealous of my dive right though. I would if I were you, but just try to contain yourself.
Man, I'm getting cold looking at Peter. Seriously. Man.
All the girls get cold when they look at Peter too.
What's up? Advance?
No.
Rescue?
Yeah. Just watch. So we don't always look for the tiniest little critters we can possibly find. But since Phil was here and he wasn't used to seeing these little tiny things and I wanted to show him what's out there, we were really looking for some small stuff. And I think we succeeded with this first one, this tiny little nudibranch that was just hanging out on the end of a piece of grass. This guy was pretty hard to film. I couldn't even get it focused because the grass was swaying back and forth. But he was able to see it, and yeah, this thing is pretty small. This particular species gets a little bit bigger, so this must be a little juvenile, but not a whole lot bigger. It was a good first find. And this tripod is really helping me stay steady, but the grass itself is swaying back and forth, so it was pretty hard to get a good shot. And then, of course, I did a little playback and showed him what I caught on the camera, because I don't really know if he could really see it. In fact, I can't even see it. It's pretty much invisible to the naked eye. It looks like half a grain of rice down there in the grass. But when he looked at my camera, he was pretty amazed at what he saw. So we're just here on the house reef having a look around. There's so many little hiding spots of stuff. We're showing him all kinds of stuff, big and small. Of course, there's lots of turtles around, but Maggie, he's on point when it comes to finding the small stuff. And today was a really big day for nudibranch. There seemed to be tiny nudibranchs all over the place. This guy had some really colorful little lines, pretty purpley, with red rhinophores and gills. You can see his naked gills, although they're not really focused here. You can at least tell what they are. It's hard to get the true scale of things because, you know, if it's big, it fills the screen. If it's small, it fills the screen. But like I showed you a second ago when we were looking at it, this thing is just tiny. I mean, if you look at your pinky fingernail, it's about 1/3 the size of that or smaller. And I'm talking about the fingernail, not even the whole pinky. And we're out there trying to find it out in all this rubble. So now he's really seeing it for the first time in detail. Of course, there's all kinds of reef fish and stuff, the kind of stuff we normally just kind of ignore, because we're looking for the cool stuff that most people haven't seen before. And we might be looking at a tiny little nudie, and then there's a big old turtle right next to us. You can't get away from turtles around here. I'm trying not to scare him too much or blind him with the light. And then Phil actually found his own nudie. It was a pretty big one, I have to say. You can even see it with the GoPro, the wide angle. But I focused on it anyway with my camera. Had to take the macro lens off for this one because he's probably like 4 inches long. Pretty massive compared to what we normally film. But good find, Phil. You found your first nudie. Although these are one of the most common nudies here in Darwin, I mean, we really ignore these because they're everywhere. At least you found your first one, so it counts. If I find one that's big and common, I try to get something different at least. So I'll try to put on my lens and get a close-up of his rhinophores. You know, these little lines of stuff in the rhinophore. Or see his little mouth or something. Something close up, even though it's a big nudie altogether. I like to get a close-up of something. I like how he can retract those rhinophores and hide one or two and get them out of the way. I believe these are lizardfish, and you'll see them all over. They don't hide at all. These ones are actually pretty big. They're probably 7 or 8 inches long. And they just sit in the sand, kind of like a tripod, you know. They're using those front pectoral fins to just prop themselves up. It's kind of comical, really. A little bit farther along, I saw 2 more. And they were just on the edge of this reef, and I got a pretty funny angle where they're just kind of staring at me. and maybe they think they're hidden, I don't know, or maybe they're just used to people. And yeah, I'm not sure what species would be their predator. I'm not sure, but I've seen them hunting around the reef themselves. So yeah, these are really common lizardfish. Of course, there's Nemos everywhere, and multiple species of them. If you guys watched my documentary, the video I just posted before this video, or the episode I should say, I even showed some different Nemo species or clownfish species in there as well. I also showed a lot of different lionfish, and this is a different one that I didn't have in that documentary. It's like an hour and a half documentary, but you might want to watch it. It's pretty awesome. So we're doing a little safety stop around 5 meters right at the end of the dive, and it was a long dive, but Maggie called us over and he found a whole bunch of leaf sheep. We also like to call these Shaun the Sheep because they look like Shaun the Sheep, that cartoon. But on this tiny little leaf that, well, the leaf itself was probably only like 2 inches wide, and on there was all these little nudibranchs, these sap-sucking sea slugs to be technical. And these are a huge favorite for a lot of divers, if you have the eyes to see them, because we could barely see them on this thing. And then when I zoomed in, you can see even more like little babies next to these 2 big ones. I think I see 1, 2, 3, maybe 4 little tiny babies running around. These are really cool. We call these leaf sheep because it's a funny name. And yeah, here I zoom out 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, maybe right there, just so I can compare it to the size of a golf ball. 93 minutes, that's a long dive. Of course, we don't suck our tanks dry. I still have 50 bar or 40 bar, and we're right here in front of the resort at about a few meters. So it's a good time to end the dive after seeing all those leaf sheep right in front. Nudie break. Phil, what'd you think about those leaf sheep?
Absolutely amazing. Very, very good.
I'm surprised you could see them.
Yeah, I didn't have my glasses on, but you know, water sort of magnifies everything, so I guess that's why I could see them.
So it's actually bigger. It's smaller than it looks.
In real life, they're going to be even smaller and smaller.
I think I filmed it next to my golf ball to get like
How many did you see?
I saw at least 5, but I have to look at the footage.
Yeah, your man over there was saying there were 7.
Yeah, I saw 2 big ones and there's a bunch of little baby ones. But I put it next to the golf ball for a reference to see how tiny they are, and you can't even see them. So, lots of tiny stuff here, huh?
Yeah, very easy to miss, but your man Miggy over there sees everything. So
yeah, he was showing us stuff. I'm like, whatever, I just believe you. I'm not even gonna look.
Yeah, sometimes it's easier just to say okay.
Yeah. Yeah, I definitely see it. Wow, cool.
Yeah.
But we got some good footage. I'll show you.
Cool, awesome.
All right.